Hey everybody, how do you like this fancy title page? I can't flip my phone in the middle of a video, so this is what you get to look at the very beginning. This is going to be about planning, and first, we just got to know this is so important to your success. It's so important. So here's a quote: when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And although it's true we fail forward to success, we don't really plan failure, right? So we don't want to plan to fail. So we are going to plan our life like we plan our vacations, okay? So we just got back from a Disney vacation and oh my, was that planned. So I want to have a successful life just like I have a successful vacation. So I'm going to give you some tools. You can do it. Do not get overwhelmed. We fail forward to success. We figure it out as we go along, but you can totally do this. So here we go. I'm going to do this in different parts. So, because I was thinking, look at all this. I'm like, it looks like a lot, but really, this is what we're going to do. We have to plan our month, right? This is my calendar, so I have a month at a glance. This is not what today is going to be about, or this video is going to be about, but we plan our month. Then we have to plan our week, so we have weekly plan sheets. We break it down a little bit further. This one's not filled out, obviously. Then we have to plan our days, and that's what this video is going to be about. And then when we're doing our Mary Kay time, we need something to work our Mary Kay time, our power hours out of, and that's our 2020 sheet. So this video is going to be specifically about the day. Okay, so let me walk you through this system. I love this system. I used it for many years, got away from it, tried other things, and went back to it. It's very simple. It's a spiral notebook. I love this one. I got a whole bunch of them because they have this pocket in the front, and so I can just like throw papers in it when I need it. At the beginning of the month, I'm going to operate off of this page, but at the beginning of the month, I take every page and write down the days. So today is actually the 2nd, so I'm going to show you how today's been going. But all the future days, the 3rd of the month, the 4th of the month, the 5th, all the way through, they all get numbered ahead of time, okay? So this notebook is actually big enough that I can carry it through 2 months. So after I go through the end of May, it starts all over and it goes through June. So this is actually, it ends up being a 2-month notebook. Okay, so this is all the beginning. And what I do is I actually take, I haven't done it yet, this is still the beginning of the month. I'm going to steal this one, this little clip. Okay, so usually what I do is take a clip and clip these days together so that what I'm operating from, here, I don't have 2 hands. Anyway, so you can imagine. So I take all these days or whatever, group them together, clip it so that I can then take this section after I'm working for the day, flip it, and then, oh gosh. Okay, I did not plan for this. Anyway, when I flip it, it'll end up, whatever, you can imagine. Okay, so this is June 30th. That would all be clipped together. And then I have a section where I can just do notes. And so when I'm at meetings, conferences, conference calls, randomly thinking and brainstorming, I've got a lot of notebook left for note taking. Then it's also always easy to flip to the back. So this is what's on the back sheet, 2 very important pages. This one used to be called Mary Kay Brain Dump, but I didn't like the word dump anymore. So now it's called Mary Kay on my mind. This is for May, and then I have another one for June in the back. So it's basically 4 sections. So I do a big T, and I think book, coach, sell or service, and share. So randomly, as I have been doing other things that aren't Mary Kay, names pop in my mind. Now again, this is the beginning of the month, so it's looking kind of blank. But as I've been doing random things throughout my day, my Mary Kay stuff is not always with me. Like, you know, 2020 sheets or like my actual booking list that I operate from. So this is a place where I can just quickly put it in a safe place and get to it later. So this is like Mary Kay's on my mind. Let me put those names there. Then there's another page that's called the bug list. So this is also split up into a quad, and these are very important. Okay, so this is where I dump everything else that's on my mind that's not Mary Kay. So important and urgent, actually it could be Mary Kay too, but random things. Important and urgent, not important, but still urgent, important and not urgent, or not important, not urgent. Okay, so again, this is for May, and then because my book goes twice for 2 months, I have June, Mary Kay in my mind, and June bug list. Okay, so just so you know, today I was almost tempted to get in the car and go to Lowe's to get these shelves that I've been thinking about for like 2 weeks. And I was like, nope, put it here. And when I had to put it here, I had to analyze, how important is this and how urgent is this? It is definitely not something I run out to Lowe's for, because when I thought about it, it's not important and it's not urgent. It's something I want to do it for the house, but it ain't either one of those. But I do need to get rocks for the dog that just spoke. To keep him out of something in the yard that is dangerous for him. This is very important. I want my dog to live. And so I need to go get those rocks, and that needs to be really important and done like today or tomorrow. So as I thought, I've been thinking about it, and like, anyway, for the last 2 days, I've been like obsessing, like he can't go outside because he can't get into it. So this is crazy. It's way too much on my mind because it's so important and urgent. So I need to quit thinking about it and just do it. Okay. And there may be things that are Mary Kay that go on there, like I need to do a video or whatever. Like, well, how important is that? How urgent is that? It's Mary Kay related, but it's not Book Coach Sell Share. So if I need to make a video about something, I'm going to have to pass it through this test rather than just go do it. You know, I need to like see how important and how urgent is this. Okay, so you got the idea. All right, so that's how the notebook is set up at the beginning of the month. So let's go to what does it look like every day? So this is kind of like a blank sheet. So the night before, not the day of, the night before, this gets filled out. Remember, it starts off blank and then it gets filled out. So what I do up here is I write my big goal. Then I do a closer goal. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then I'd write how I want to feel tonight, because emotions are important. So what's the big goal? This is like kind of more long term. This is more short term. And what literally do I want to feel like tonight? What are my emotions? Then these are the hours of the day. Okay. So sometimes it starts at 5, whatever, but I, do the hours of the day. Then this is kind of like the 6 most important list. It is the 6 most important list, but I want you to think of it as the 6 most important things to succeed, not the 6 most important things to do. Okay, so this is to succeed. Oh, I spelled through. Succeed. Okay, so what does this mean, rocks and pebbles? Well, if you've ever heard the analogy of the professor who was in front of his class, and he had rocks, pebbles, and sand out. And he had 2 jars. One jar. He had 1 jar. And he said, okay, how do I fit all of this in here? Oh, the dog is driving me crazy. Hold on. This is real life, people. All right. Come on. You need to go outside. Outside or be quiet. Which one? That was a cute face. Sorry. I love you, Max. Go. Go. Okay. Okay. So he had a jar, he had rocks, pebbles, and sand, and basically, long story short, the only way you can get all of that in is if you put the rocks first. Okay, let's picture rocks, and then the pebbles, they filter down over the rocks, and then you pour the sand in, and everything can fit, okay? If you put all the sand in the jars first, and then you try to pour the pebbles, there's no room for the rocks. They can't fit. The sand and the pebbles took up so much space, the rocks can't go in. And the rocks are the most important thing. Most important to succeed, not most important to do, okay? So what's the difference between to do and to succeed? Because to-do lists, we just think of everything in our brain, right? Like, I need to get the rocks. I need to go grocery shopping. I need to get more coffee, whatever. So that's to do. But to succeed is definitely different. And so we want to always focus on what are the rocks. Now, this is why this is cool. Sometimes you forget about the rocks because we are like, oh, what are the 6 things I need to do tomorrow? So these 2 things right here help me figure out what is a rock, okay? And then what's a pebble. Now, the word degree is something that you can do every day. I'm going to talk about that, not can, should do, degree, every day. It's an acronym, it stands for something. So I'm going to show you, so this is like the format of what a day would look like, but I'm going to show you a real one. But here's the key. I didn't tear this out yet, but at the end of the day, this gets ripped out. Whew. So that every day when I open my book, this is what today looks like, okay? So this, are you ready? You got to get used to this sound. The day is over. It's done. Whatever was supposed to be done that day, gone. And if there's something that's on that list or anywhere on there that didn't get done, guess what you do? It's at night, you're getting ready for the next day, and you transfer it over. Now, if there's something on here that gets transferred to the next day, and then transferred to the next day, and then transferred to the next day, that's when you got to go, okay, how important is this really? Because I'm not doing it. So does it need to go to the back of the book to be done later? Does someone else need to do it? There's 3 things to remember. You need to either do it. I cannot write and looking through the thing at the same time. Delegate it or dump it. So do I need to do it and just like quit transferring it over from day to day? Or put it on the list to do later in the back of the book? Do I need to delegate it? Someone else can do this. Maybe I haven't done it because it's a waste of my time, but someone else can do it. Or do I need to dump it all together? I mean, it's just not important. Forget about it. Let's dump it. So everything that keeps, just think about it that way. Okay. So it gets ripped out so that every day I open this and boom, it's paper clipped. That's what I need to do. So I'm going to show you a real one that actually... That's me. Okay, so BFF, building our national area. That's the big goal. Let's keep that in front of us. The close goal is the cruise. What am I doing to get closer to the cruise? Just so you know, I had to white out because, anyway, I'll get to that. And how did I want to feel? I had to feel caught up. Holy moly. I was feeling so like I was drowning. Like that was the predominant emotion. Like I've got to feel caught up tonight. Okay, then degree. So what does degree stand for? It stands for do your devotional. I must see if I can write. I'm going to hold this and write at the same time. Okay, devotional. Exercise. Get booking. This is the only one that actually has to do with Mary Kay and your business. R is repeat affirmations, repeat your vision, repeat just like those. It's the good words coming out of your mouth. This right here is educate. Do something to get smarter. Watch a video, listen to something, read a book, something. It doesn't have to take a long time, just a little bit. And then expect excellence. You're going to plan your next day. Okay? So when all 6 of those things happen in a day, you have a powerful day. You're starting off getting your head straight, your heart straight, focused on the right thing, feeling balanced. Exercise for your health. Get booking. Do something for your business. Repeat affirmations. That it helps your soul. Education helps your mind. Honestly, all of this right here, what we're doing is body, heart. You love your business. Soul and mind. That's biblical. Love your Lord with all your heart, soul, body, and mind. And then on the bookends, right, are pray and plan. Pray and plan. Okay, so expect excellence basically means before I go to bed, I'm going to fill out this blank sheet of what's going on tomorrow. Okay, so what I do though, now this is where it gets really important, and oh my gosh, Max, you just really want to be a part of this training, don't you? Come in and stay in. Okay, just FYI, I'm just going to tell you, hold on, I'm going to backtrack. Doggy door, important, is really feeling urgent right now. Our doggy door broke, and I'm tired of putting the dog in and out, so it just is kind of stepping up the urgency with what just happened. Okay, where were we? Okay, so here's the thing with the 6 list and the degree and all of that. It's easy to write down things on a list, and then at the end of the day go, oh my gosh, it never got done. What the heck, I never did it, but I knew it was so important. The reason why is it stays on the list. And it never goes anywhere. And people let the sand get in there. Now, when I started the day, I do not. I'm going to clarify this. Okay, because some of y'all have been doing it, and I may have taught it this way, but I don't do it this way anymore. I used to write the word sand. Here's all the extra little stuff. But you know what? That contradicts the definition of sand. Sand is all the little stuff that will fit in the cracks all on its own. And if you write down the random things that are on your mind, you just killed the power of the 6 list. Okay, so we're not going to write down the sand. We're not going to plan the sand. Because where is the sand? It's either back there, because it doesn't really need to be done tomorrow, right? This is not a brain dump here. This is a plan for the day. Or we kind of see it over here like, I had to do the groceries today, or else we were all going to starve. And that was not normal for me. Normally we do groceries on Sundays. But anyway, so this was blank. I'm not even going to give credit to sand. Okay, it never got written. But as the day went on, I went, oh my gosh, I've got to order Cody's meds. Okay, so that was important. That wasn't a brain dump. That was, holy moly, when I am in the car or something, I need to call the pharmacy and do that. So that's why that got put there as the day went on. Okay, what was I telling you? Oh, so all of this stuff is a list, and it's a to-do, but it's not going to get done unless it gets put somewhere. So this is what it looks like when I filled out the day. Okay, so I knew I was getting ready in the morning, had to do the kids, I had a meeting in the morning. Number one on my list was customer orders. Y'all, it was insane in my office. I had hundreds of dollars of customer orders that were either half filled, cards not run, it was insane in my office. I'm like, I have got to like do this. And so the customer and contacts and follow-ups and all that stuff, I had to do that. Okay, but it was a time slot to get done. Okay. Booking faces for tonight. Okay, so I'm going to be at my studio tonight. So that's where I put my G. I was going to get booking. It was important for me to do, so it was definitely important to support crews. I got to get in front of some faces. So that's why that changed, because it was something else, and after I wrote it down, I realized, number 2, a rock. What I put for my number 2, after I wrote it down, I was like, that is not a rock that is going to get me closer to the BFF area or my cruise. So it's whited out, moved somewhere else. So I needed to get booking, so I did. So that was my get booking for the day, okay? It was also number 2. So this time frame took care of my G for get booking. It took care of number 1 and number 2 on my list. When I was getting ready in the morning, I did my devotional time, and I also repeated affirmations in my shower. So I got rid of my D and my R. And you can see I slashed through D, I've slashed through G, and I've slashed through R. Okay. This is E1, down here is E2 and E3, because those are all the different E's of degree. I have not exercised. That is a hard thing if it's not an actual time on my, anyway. So I haven't done that yet. But now I know I got to squeeze it in somewhere. We'll figure that one out. Kegels count. That's an inside joke. Okay. All right. Then 3 videos. I'm doing it right now. Yay. Okay. So that's going to knock off number 3, the videos. Then Sydney gets off the bus. I got to pick up Cody. This is like mommy world. And then I'm going to be at my studio for a little bit. And that's where I'm going to be. I have random customers showing up. I do have a few people booked. So in between them, I'm going to be touching base with prospects, contacting future Reds, seeing what I'm going to do with that. Like, let's get some heart-to-heart set up. I have a few people booked that I need to coach. Okay, so I'm going to squeeze all that in this 2-hour window where I'm at my studio. And then I'm going by to see someone on the way home. And then when I'm in my bed at night, not in my bed, but in my jammies, that's where I will do the education. I realized I planned the day. I'm like, dang, okay. I didn't do it in the car. I was phone calling in the car, so I'm going to read a little bit tonight, and then I'm going to plan my day. So it's not just staying over here on a list, because it will stay over here and then get transferred day after day after day and never get done unless you actually know in your day, where am I going to do all of those things, okay? And then this one doesn't look so crazy, but usually throughout the day, I just write notes to myself. So this is just note-taking throughout the day. But tonight, whatever doesn't get done or needs to be transferred or moved somewhere, I'll go and I'll rip it out. And I will tell you, there have been days, like a couple days in a row, where I've gotten out of this habit and life is not as good. You start feeling guilty and frazzed and all that kind of stuff. But I literally have done, I would take, like, if it was 3 days that I didn't do this, and those are blank pieces of paper that could be used for all kinds of wonderful note-taking, and I literally would rip them out one at a time. Pshoo. Because I felt like I needed to hear that sound, because I thought that was a wasted day, Gina. You did not maximize it, so you need to hear the hurt of a wasted piece of paper. And I would rip it out. I'm like, daggone it, I don't want to do that again. Okay, so I hope that answers a lot of questions about my day, and I will do other videos about month, week, and when you're in your power hour. All right, guys, bye.